Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Since Ole came into United, he's been able to find good plans against the big teams, as mentioned, with the Chelsea games or the Liverpool game as well, and on Wednesday. Do you think that's down to him being a good manager when it comes to these specific types of games, or is it the qualities in the United team?
In this season or previous season?
Since he came in?
Okay.
Because you're basically the only big team that's beaten them.
Means how good United is, and of course his players, and of course Ole, of course. So it's not easy to beat the top teams, and he is able to do it regularly, especially these seasons, because they have a good mentality, he get great belief.
But they have a lot of quick players, good on the counter. Is that down to that as well, you think?
I think in Premier League, 90% of the teams, they have incredible quick and fast players up front. So, but you know, James, Rashford, Martial, they are top quality. Yeah, we have a space. They are so dangerous.
Hi, Pep. When you arrived here 3.5 years ago, the previous season, United and City finished on the same number of points. Since then, obviously United haven't challenged. How surprised are you at that, given you've said about the history and the resources they have? I appreciate that you're not there, but from your perspective, why do you feel that they haven't been able to challenge?
No, only my reflection is we were better. In the time we are here, we were better than United at the end of the season. The points show that, so our consistency was incredible. Surprised me myself too. But in one game, another game, derby, everything can happen. So we are not here to judge the results of how distant we have or in the past or who will be in the future. You know, it's tomorrow, 5:30, the game, try to beat them.
And also, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today said that United will always be a bigger club than Manchester City. Is that a fair comment?
Listen, for United fans, always will be the biggest club. For the City fans, always will be the biggest club. So we love our clubs. Each fan loves the clubs, and that's why I support. So it doesn't matter you have a lot of success in the past. It's part of what they feel. So normally the supporters, they want to see their teams win and win and win, but they support them even in the bad circumstances. I think Manchester City, I learned for this history, in the bad moments, always the support it was higher or more louder than for example now. So if you have in the perspective for the Cabin Trophy, yeah, they are better. No doubts about that. So numbers are numbers in this situation, and they lift more titles than us. But we try to be there for as long as possible and as much for them. Our City fans, Manchester City always will be better. Like United fans always will believe they are better.
Hi, Pep. I imagine every season there is up and downs in terms of energy, enthusiasm. That's human. So a derby like this one, you'll all be on a high, I imagine. You don't need to motivate anybody. But can you share a moment in recent times where you had to motivate yourself, or that you found something, that you discovered something that gave you a push, either tactical or with somebody in particular?
Football is an emotion game, and the manager as well. So when you have seen in the recent game for the next game, or you have seen something for the opponent, or something in the body language of our team, one player, and you make you feel, that the team needs to be, know what I believe that is the situation, what we need to getting better and getting better. So when you use it, it's not a plan, not a book. Today have a derby, you have to speak more, or derby you have to speak less. So it depends. So against Partly was the circumstances. We talk about that. The previous games against, I don't know, Shakhtar or Chelsea or whatever. Every situation is different. So I believe a lot with when I try to, as a manager, when I speak with them, is what I believe, what I think, what I feel. And sometimes I feel I don't have to say any word, and sometimes I have to make a speech. So it depends. So and right now I don't know tomorrow what's going to say.
And in recent times, have you had like an eureka moment, one of those moments where like, right, I've seen something here that is gonna...
No, normally I try to tell them what I see, what is the position of my team. I not tell them with all respects your opinion or opinion from my mom or my dad or my brother about how is the team. So I follow what I feel. See a team in the training session, in the position on the table. If we play good or play bad, what is the reason why we are not in the perfect, or why we are much better than the people believe? That is a question of feeling. And every time I have that feeling, I talk with them and I tell them. I agree or not, I don't know, but it's what I feel.
Hi, there's been a lot of pressure on Solskjaer the last weeks with the bad start of the season they had. When you saw them against Tottenham at Wednesday, did you see a team that were kind of playing for the manager? And,
No way.
And no,
They beat Tottenham, one of the, maybe, yeah, with Chelsea maybe, no, Liverpool as well, physicalist team in the Premier League, and they beat them. So
but did it seem like they were playing for their manager, wanting to kind of make a statement that they believe in him and that they want him to stay?
I didn't call them United players and told them, do you play for your manager? So honestly, I don't know. But at the end, when I said many times, the players play for yourself, not play for me. Play to do good performance for yourself, for your career, for your families, for something you want to fight. If it's for the manager, welcome. So I don't know, but obviously when a team fight in the way they fought the last game and, and doing until the end, it's because they believe in what they are doing. And normally the teams do what the manager says. So I think but I didn't ask them, honestly.
Hi Pep, Jamie Jacks from The Guardian. You've obviously been champions the last 2 seasons of England. How difficult, or do you the difficulty is the players maybe just slacking off a percentage subconsciously. Is that at all a factor in this 11-point gap, or is it just that Liverpool have had a phenomenal start and you've had injuries? I mean, is there anything in the players themselves maybe of a little bit without realising? Because the performance at Burnley was like, all right, you are back, basically.
That's a difficult answer to this brilliant question. So I don't know. I would like to discover this gap, big gap against Liverpool. I think what is no doubt about that, the quality of the opponent. So repeat again, one lost game in the last 50, almost 60. So the numbers are incredible. I expected that in the beginning of the season, after back-to-back against Norwich, and respect, of course, Norwich you have done, but I tried to see the team, how they play. I'm not unsatisfied, so I'm quite happy. When I review all the games we played, even Norwich for 20 shoots, and how many shoots we create. I know the stats, I don't believe too much, but we are the best team by far creating chances, and the best team by far concede few, but much better than the other opponents. But you are 11 points behind, so something happened. I tried to discover, but sometimes human beings, sometimes we can do better. Yeah, we try to improve for the next game. For example, last game we make an incredible 4 goals. That sometimes we miss goals 1 meter to the keeper, and the last game we shoot the goal in the corner from Gabriel, 2 from out of the box from Riyad and Rodri, and so sometimes it's difficult to find an explanation about that, but that is the truth. We are 11 points behind, something we missed, and honestly, still I don't know.
Pep, United struggles have generally come against teams that defend deeper, and United have obviously had a lot of the ball, and they have struggled to break down those sides. They've obviously been a lot more effective against teams that also want to play, and they've been much better in the counter-attack. Does that, you will obviously play as you always do, does that make them more dangerous for an opponent like you, that they won't be expected to break you down, they can probably play on the counter-attack?
It's clear that it's a counter-attack team. They may high pressing, they are aggressive to regain, but after when they defend deep, of course they contact immediately with James, especially Rashford, and they are so clinical and so good space to run. So no doubt about that. When I remember the goals against Chelsea in the beginning of the season, most of them 3 or 4 it was a counter-attack. When Chelsea attacked, a little bit more. Against Liverpool, the goal was a counter-attack, and but the reason why maybe they struggle a little bit with the teams defend deep, I'm not there. It's the same way I ask the question. So judge the opponents. I see the team, so they have the quality to do that. And maybe with the time we'll have time to, to improve attacking teams that defend deep, because the quality they have, they are there. So Freddy's ability to break the lines with the passes. I think when Mata plays, or in smaller spaces, they have quality to do that. So good keeper, good defenders with Maguire and Lindelof. When I met him when playing Benfica, it was incredible how good defender it is. So Bissaka is a good sign. So I think the quality of the squad is there.
Hi, Pep. Sport's always built on great rivalries. Has it been a disappointment to you then that there hasn't really been a rivalry with United since you've come to England?
No, we prefer. That was done.
You prefer that? And given that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now is talking about it being a long build, a long process, there's the chance that you may never get that rivalry.
Sorry. I was thinking of another thing. I did pay attention. Sorry. No, I was thinking, and my first answer. And
to my wife.
No, tell me. Sorry.
It sounds like talking to my wife. Yeah, given Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says it's going to now take a while for this rebuild, it's a patient rebuild for United, there's a chance that maybe you never will get this rivalry as long as you're here.
I think I said before with him, so since we were here, when analyzed beginning of the season, we were better than them. We were so consistent in all departments, especially the last 2 seasons. So, but in one game, so when we played the day to be champion here with Jose Mourinho, when we lost the game 2-3 in the first half, it was incredible, and we lost derbies like this. So we were better. We take a lot of points advantage, but 2-0 half time could be 3 or 4, and we lost the game in 10 minutes. So derby is that way, but hopefully we can play a good game. So I know maybe they're focused on another thing all the time, especially in the important games, is more focusing what do you have to do to beat them, what are the quality, strength, the quality that we have, what do you have to do. I think that is the only way I know as a manager from my experience, the best to approach these kind of games. Don't be too much stress, have fun, enjoy, sing a lot, and try to do the best performance as possible.
You said earlier in the season a few times that Harry Maguire was a player that you wanted in the summer. Could he have been the difference for you this season?
He's a United player. He decides they pay more than you want to pay, and he's there. So I think he's an exceptional player. For United, for national team from England, and he decided to go there.